It's a short video on showing how to change the ink in an HP 962 when you have to do an ink change. I have an HP Pro 9025. HP has got it locked up where you can't use any aftermarket. Why it's legal, who knows? But they do it. How they get away with it, who knows? But what I've found is you can Google how to change these out. But you're supposed to use only HP ink in there. So what I have found that I can go by and buy, I used to have a 950 and I have about a case of this ink left. And I'm down to just very little. But there's a couple of ways to extract the ink out of a 950 or any other HP ink cartridge. They show you how to fill them, and how you fill them is usually how you take it out. But this 950 XL, and this is a 962. This is just a regular, not an XL. So you got to be a little careful. But there's two ways to do it. If you have any of these little fittings like this, they'll work. But you've got to go in this tiny little hole right here. So if you have any kind of fitting that'll fit in that hole, that'll work. So this fitting goes in the end of a syringe, and because it has fins on it, I took my knife and I shaved those fins off. This fits in there, and this works. Another way to do it, if you don't have this and you got the old system of using the needle cut off, a square needle, you do not want a point on this needle. You take two of them, and what you're going to do is go to the 950 and you're going to stick this in. Try to do it here where I can watch it. And then you're going to stick this in and go at an angle. And what this one does is just compress the bulb down. There's a latch in there. And you push it down, you'll hear click. And then this one you go to the side until it goes through. It's hard to do this. And then you hold it and you extract the ink. There's a lot of ink in here, and then you just pull it out. Should have had a rag down here because I don't want to get my little workbench all messed up, and it will do it. So there's that. And on this one, you have to do the same thing because it's got to release the air. So you push that down. You I can't see the hole there it is. So you push this down, straight down. You don't want it at an angle. This one goes straight down. This one goes at an angle down in there, and then you just put it in. Go slow, put it in. And because you have this compressed with this other one, it allows air out. If you do not push that down, then it's going to bubble all out and you're not going to do anything right. So now what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to change over to my one I made. And I'm going to do it again, but on this one now, if you can find something to fit in that hole, you push it down. And you extract it out. This one's a little easier. Now I'm just going to do a little bit because this is an XL and I just need a little bit of ink in this one. Then you push this one down and you'll feel it compress, and then you push it in there. And this one here to go in there and you'll see it come back up to let some air out. And then you put it in there. And then what I do is I take this one and I push it down to let the air out. Some ink is going to come out. Just wipe it off. And that is how I feel a 962 or a 950 or any in this series that has these. The newer ones have the same thing. So to fill them, extract the ink out of an HP, any type of HP ink you have. And I have a bunch of different ones, but I just have a bunch of these 950s. So I take it out of this one, I put it into this one, and that is all HP ink. I think HP has gone the wrong way. Once this computer dies, and it may have done it, I just took my computer down to nothing. Please, whatever you do, when you get a new computer from HD, go back to the very first software you can find and install it. Mine was 2022, so I took everything off my phones, my computers, everything, deleted everything off of them, took it off, and then you've got to go in and say you do not want any type updates whatsoever, because HP will kill your computer. That's why I do not use this anymore. They killed that computer. I think it was an 8600. I had about 4 models of that one, and they got it where I couldn't even use them anymore. They absolutely destroyed it. They'll deny it, but they do it with software. So that's when I bought the 9025, the Pro 9025, which is probably a pain in the butt. I do have an old HP that doesn't use any software. I won't even hook it up to Wi-Fi, and I probably won't hook up this 9025 to Wi-Fi again. I will use a Bluetooth on it instead if it'll reach far enough. Okay, that is how you do it. HP ink cartridge to a 962. Either system will work. But when you fill this one in, you still have to put, you can push that down. You can't push that down. You have to use this. But when you get down, you can put some ink down there. Be careful, because when you push that down to release the air, it's going to spray a little bit. So this one, like I say, if you've got one of those, any comments, any questions, it's forever for me to get back to my comments, but just bear with me and I'll try to check them more often, because I have quite a few videos to put on there, and I've done quite a few videos. I am one of those guys, if they say you can't rebuild it, I do. You can always ask what I've done, and if I have it, I'll put the video, because I do have a lot. I have a lot more than concerts on there. Thank y'all very much. Tugboat out.